Hey everybody, I am working on a birthday card. So I just got this embossing folder. It just came in the mail. I ordered it for Steampunk and I pressed it into a piece of cardstock, white cardstock. Turned out pretty cool. And then I just used my die cut square to cut it out. And yeah, so I'm right there. And then I used my ink, just a pigment ink here, and my little spongy thing to color it. And then I'm using my solid brass fasteners and my gears, and I'm just going to put them onto the front of the card. There, so I got them through the cardstock. I think I'm going to have to make it go through the main card part, so I'm going to get that part out next. So I want to put happy birthday on this birthday card. So I got out my stamping positioning tool. It actually works pretty good. I found this at Walmart. And yeah, so I got my silicone stamps. I place them where I want them because I'm going to have to cut them out, my die cuts, right? So I got to make sure there's enough space. So there's enough space like that. So, okay, they're in their spot. I have stuff everywhere. Just put a magnet on there to hold it so the paper doesn't move. Okay, so I just gotta put ink on these. Okay, so I put ink on them, and you just basically gotta close the lid. And then just rub it down. And see, if you don't put enough ink on there, that's okay, because the stamps don't move. Let's see. Let's see. Works awesome. I just gotta let that dry and then cut these out. Okay, so I got my happy birthday on my die cutter here, and it's all lined up. Now I do it this way so I can see where I'm going to cut. I might lose a little bit of the Y, but I'll get the whole birthday in. So I'm just going to run this through and cut it out. Okay, so that is what it looks like. It's too much white, isn't it? So what if I emboss the happy birthdays and color it? I think I'm going to do that. It's just too white. Okay, I'm going to do that. Okay, so I put the happy birthday on the gears embossing folder. So hopefully this works. If not, just make another happy birthday. Okay, that's what it looks like. Look at that, I got the half a gear in there. And let's see, look at that. I think that worked. So I'm gonna color it red. I think so. So yeah, I'm gonna color that red and hopefully it works out. So that is how they turned out. So while these dry, I'm going to do a bit of a cleanup and go to the next step. Okay, so I glued it and I did my best to match up the gears. So like that. Yeah, this one turned out pretty good. It's pretty close matched. So I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to use my Cuttlebug plate, my A plate, as a weight. That way it stays flat and I don't have to worry about the paper curling. So I'm going to let that dry before we go to the next step. Okay, so when the other one is sitting there drying, I'm making a second one. So this one I did in my pretty blue ink, right there. And I got my embossing, and I had an idea. I got these beautiful butterflies. So I'm going to ink this butterfly, and then I'm going to emboss it. So hopefully it looks okay. Okay, so I got it inked, and let's see how it turned out. There it is. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to make a second one, so I'm just going to move it down and make a second butterfly. So there's my second one. So I'm going to let this dry, cut it out, and then emboss it. So let's hope it all turns out. And yeah, so gotta let this dry. Okay, so I got my butterfly cut out, and I got my happy birthdays here. And I just gotta run it through the die cutter. Okay, so I cut out my butterflies, and I went and I put it through the die cutter. So it's all embossed. So I'm going to take these off, set them aside, and I'm going to run this one through. Probably right about here is a lot of, or maybe, actually go to this corner. I'm trying to think, it's a happy birthday. This one actually might just be an extra one just for me. So I'm just going to emboss this one, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I got all those embossed, and what I noticed was that the ink moved to my embossing plate. So just make sure to double check your embossing plate to make sure there's no ink on it. And what I'm using is just a baby wipe. They work great for cleaning your stamps and stuff. Yeah, this was just like a $2 pack from Walmart. So yeah, so just a little tip, baby wipes work great for cleaning your stuff, your ink, your stamps, and your embossing folders and stuff like that. Alrighty, so I'm gonna color these and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I colored them. They never look so different, right? It turned out pretty cool. So I think my original idea has changed, and that usually happens when I'm doing a project. I get a start of an idea and then I completely changed it. So I'm gonna let these dry, and yeah. So I think this is gonna work. Yeah. So let these dry, and then on to the next step. Okay, so I lined everything up on the blue one, and it will look like this when I glue it. That looks pretty neat, doesn't it? It's kind of different, right? Now, this one, it won't line up. If I line it up, it will cover part of the birthday. So this one is going to be off alignment, but I don't think that's too bad. So that's what they look like that. So I am going to glue them. So they're all glued and drying. And then I got my messages for the inside of the cards, because these are birthday cards. And I just Googled birthday messages for birthday cards, and a whole list comes up. So you can just pick a message that best suits the person you're sending to. And yeah. And so I got those, and I used to use my die cut to cut out a square out of a cardstock. And then for the envelopes, I picked a stamp, and yeah, put it on the corner of the envelope. So I'm just going to color these, put the addresses on, and then put my label here in the corner. So I'm going to do that now while they are drying. Okay, so I got my mermaids colored. They're all nice and colored, just with pencil crayon. I got them addresses on, so I got them covered up. So the colors I picked for the cards to go on to are, I thought this purple would be good for the blue, and I got this nice black for the red card. Now, this was a package of cardstock that I bought. It was an assorted package. So these are all been pre-cut, and it had a bunch of different colors in it, different textures, because this is a nice shiny one. This one is all embossed, so that kind of thing. So yeah, so I'm gonna put these together. Okay, so I got it somewhat centered. And yeah, so I'm just gonna center it out a little bit, but that's generally what it's gonna look like. And I use my brass fasteners to go through the gears like that. Okay, so I got it glued onto my black cardstock, and I use my brass fasteners to attach the gears. So I just glued it, so I'm going to put a weight on here so that it sticks properly, and I'm going to glue the next one. Okay, so I got them both glued. I got my messages glued inside. I put their names in there so they're all addressed to the proper people. And so I'm just going to weight them down, put a weight on it, let them dry before mailing them off. And well, you can't send a birthday card without some kind of present. So I want to show you what I'm going to send inside my card. So I found these beautiful butterflies in the dollar store. So I'm going to pick some of these. I'm going to send some of these to them because I think they're just so pretty. These are from Forever and Time Company. So you find these. They come in different colors. They come in brown, pink, this white color, and blue. So yeah. So I'm going to include some of these, and also from the same company, Forever and Time, I found these feathers. So I'm going to put butterflies and feathers in the card, and I hope they like them. So this is the 2 birthday cards I made. It turned out different one from my original plan I had, but I hope you like this video, and yeah, later.